What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're reviewing WandaVision Episode 8. This episode came out today and stars Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, Paul Bettany as Vision, and Kathryn Hahn as Agatha Harkness. Now, before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can for a free video. And let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So the opening recap of this episode is, of course, the events of the previous episode, and I thought it did a good job of taking those events so that you can actually understand what happens in this episode. The mini backstory of Agatha Harkness is fantastic. The cinematography for that sequence, I thought it was awesome. There are a lot of great shots, great camera angles in this episode, especially for that sequence. It's terrifying, but awesome at the same time because you actually see Agatha Harkness first using her powers, but it's also horrifying in the way that they're trying to kill her. And obviously she's a witch, so they want to kill her because she broke the witch pact or whatever, so all the witches are coming together to burn her or whatever, or use their powers to try to take them away. And that sequence is just terrifying because Agatha finally reveals her true self to be, of course, Agatha Harkness, which is terrifying, and she just becomes even more horrifying in that first sequence because she kills everyone with her powers, and that to me is terrifying. Agatha Harkness, of course, played by Kathryn Hahn, is phenomenal. She is easily one of the best. I guess you can say she is one of the best Marvel villains. Well, for me, she is because she doesn't have any emotion to her. She's not emotionally driven. She's just pure evil. So she's very different from Thanos because Thanos is, if you think about it, sort of emotionally driven because he did kill Gamora, which of course he did not want to do. He had to fulfill his destiny. But Agatha Harkness, she'll kill anyone in her way. And in the previous episodes, or the previous episode, where you actually think that Agatha actually probably killed Billy and Tommy, well, she didn't, but you kind of have a feeling that she would do it. If Wanda was out of the way and Vision was dead, she would have killed Billy and Tommy. Director Hayward. Now, he is a secondary antagonist in this episode because I guess he's not pure evil like Agatha Harkness, but he is terrifying in what he wants to do to Vision. Basically, he does want to take him apart and find out everything about Vision so that they can basically, obviously, he wants to make weapons. He wants to make, he wants his corporation to be powerful. He wants S.W.O.R.D. to be powerful. So he obviously has the Vision, and he wants to use him for different things like, weapons and all that stuff. So to that respect, he is the secondary antagonist of this episode. The backstory of Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff, I thought it was great. It fills in the gaps of different things that we never found out in Avengers Age of Ultron about Wanda and Pietro. And I think it does a great job at that because it actually shows why Wanda is emotionally driven and her connection to Pietro, because it shows her family and how her family was killed and how she was the only one left alive, which puts even more emotion on her character because now, since Pietro's actually dead in real life, now it's only her and Vision who is technically dead. So it's only her, and you feel that she's alone. So it just adds more emotion to her character. Now, the backstory also includes things about Stark Industries and some of the reasons why she does not like Tony Stark. And of course, the main reason is her parents and Pietro separation, and as well as her parents' death. That's the reason why she doesn't like Stark Industries. Now, of course, she doesn't hate Tony Stark, but since he's a Stark and Howard Stark is his father, she does not like him. So that's the reason why she doesn't like Tony Stark. There are a lot of emotional sequences with Wanda, especially that sequence, the backstory sequence. It is very emotional for her because Agatha Harkness is the one making her think of those emotional sequences, making her think of her parents, the backstory of her character. So her character is very emotionally driven in the show, and this episode definitely shows that. The reveal of how Wanda brings Vision back to life and how she creates Westview is great. Um, Obviously, she has to get Vision's body, so they show a sequence where she gets Vision's body and she's taking down the guys that are in there to get to Vision's body, and then she gets it. She kind of resurrects him or whatever, and that's how she brings Vision back to life. Um, the ending sequence with Wanda, Agatha Harkness, and Tommy and Billy is fantastic. It's terrifying because Agatha Harkness, like, this is Agatha Harkness now. She is in full swing. This is just like 100% power Agatha Harkness. She's floating in the air. She has Billy and Tommy, and it's horrifying because you can see that Wanda doesn't know what to do. She's trying to fight off Agatha Harkness, well, she's trying to, but she can't because if you actually think about it, she doesn't know what she's doing with her powers yet, which that is shown in some of the sequences in this episode. But Agatha Harkness, she knows that the children are obviously very close to Wanda, and obviously it's her mother, so she loves them. But Agatha Harkness does things in that last sequence that you're questioning whether she's going to do something or do the other. I'm not going to tell you what she does to those kids, but I have a feeling something horrifying is going to happen probably in the next episode. And that is also the first time that Wanda Maximoff is referred to as the Scarlet Witch in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I thought was fantastic. It was a fantastic way to reveal her name, but everyone knew her name was Scarlet Witch, but it was never said in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the perfect person to say that would have been Agatha Harkness, and of course she did say it because Agatha Harkness and Agatha Harkness and Wanda are close in the way that hero and villain relationship. So I thought she was the only person in this TV show that could call her the Scarlet Witch. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this episode. WandaVision episode 8 is a phenomenal episode. It's definitely one of the best episodes of WandaVision, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going to give WandaVision episode 8 an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bells, and notify for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.